Hello everybody. Today is the 14th, November 14th, 2021. And today we will be looking at Proverbs 14, verses 1 to 9. Now we will be looking at Solomon's wise sayings. So let's look here. The wise woman built her house, but the foolish pulls it down with her hands.
What does it mean the wise woman built her house but the foolish pulls it down with her hands?
Now, the woman maintained the house, so it depends on the mother's decision. Now today, a woman and men work. The father and the mother work, right? But in those days, the men would work. The mother would stay at home and take care of the house. Now, it depends on what the mother does for the household. If the mother is foolish, then the household won't be strong. If the mother is wise, then the household will be strong. Okay? Did anyone have any questions?
What is household?
A household is the house, the home you live in. Yes?
If only the mother is foolish, doesn't all of the members of the family have to be foolish in order to not be strong?
Well, yes.
I have an analogy here. My mother taught me that it only takes one link to break a chain.
Yes.
And in this case, the mother is what connects the children to the father. So the mother is a very vital link.
Yes, you are correct. You are very correct. Now, it depends on the mother. It's like the whole household, what you live in, the whole family depends on one person, the mother. Because the mother protects the children, right? Because when the father's not home, it takes the mother's job to take care of the family, right? Let's move on to the next verse. He walks in his uprightness, fear of the Lord. But he who is perverse in his ways despises him. Yes?
What does fear the Lord mean?
It's not like an actual. It's like you fear the Lord, right? Because you fear the Lord because you're afraid if you do something wrong, the Lord will punish you, right? So that's fear the Lord. So because of what they do, how they think of the Lord. So the upright guy, the upright man, he loves the Lord. He fears the Lord in a good way. But he who's perverse, he who does bad stuff, despises the Lord. He hates the Lord. He does not like the Lord. He does not believe the Lord loves him. Because of what they do, is how they think of the Lord. Yes?
What does perverse mean?
Perverse means to go out of the way of the Lord. To not do what the Lord wants you to do. Let's move on to the next verse. In the mouth of a fool is a rod of pride, but the lips of the wise will preserve them. Now, a fool just blabbers and says stuff. He says, oh, I've done this, oh, I've done that, oh, I've done this, look at me, right?
He's so prideful.
Yes, he's prideful. But even though a wise man has done so many things, he has great accomplishments, he does not boast.
What
Yes?
does boast mean? Boast means
Say, oh, I'm the best.
like, see what I've done. Look at me.
Yes. Does anyone else have any questions?
I have a question. No, I think you.
Is only a fool foolish, but how can he boast?
Well, he boasts of the little things. The little things he does, the stuff that don't have much of an impact, he boasts on that. He makes it so great that it's almost like he has changed the world dramatically. He makes it seem like that, but only it's just a small, tiny change. But a wise man has done so much, he has changed the world. he has done so much. But he doesn't boast. He doesn't say, look at me, I've done this, praise me, praise me. No, he doesn't. He just sits in the room quietly, doesn't do anything. That is prideful. Now, let's look at the next verse.
I just want to note that foolish is the opposite of wisdom, but not folly. I'm sorry, is the opposite of wisdom, but not the opposite of knowledge. So a fool could also be smart, and a fool could have done some things that are very impactful, and as the guy said, change the world. But he is still a foolish man, and he boasts about this a lot.
Yes.
If wise men can't boast, but if they have sin, how can they not boast?
Well, they think that the Lord does not boast. I should be like the Lord, right? We all should be like the Lord, even though we sin sometimes. We should all be like the Lord. So we should not. That's why the wise man does not boast. Let's look at the next verse. When no oxen are the trough is clean, but much increase comes by the strength of an ox. Now, the oxen are what you want, right? Oxen is what you want, strength. But the trough is clean, right? You don't have any sacrifices. You didn't sacrifice anything to get it, right? But much increase comes by the strength of an ox. So here to me it says everything comes with sacrifice. To be the richest man in the world, like Bill Gates, it took him a lot of work to get to that place, right?
Just what we were talking about, like the wise men do not fear the Lord, then I feel like a question sound.
That's okay. You can. Now let's go to the next verse. A faithful witness does not lie, but a false witness will utter lie. Now can anyone tell me the meaning of utter?
To speak.
Yes, to speak, but to me it means to speak continuously. Yes?
I think he speaks a lot, and he lies a lot continuously.
Yes, that's correct. To me it means he who is faithful to the law. He who says, oh, the law, I should listen to the law, right? Will tell the truth. He will do what is right. But he who is not faithful to the law will lie. It's obvious, right? If you don't want to follow the law, then you won't do that. That means by telling lies.
I have a question.
Yes?
Just like we were talking about the wise men, do they also fear the Lord?
Do they also fear the Lord? Oh, I'm sorry, who fears the Lord again, Mia?
The wise men.
Yes, the wise men fear the Lord. Yeah, the wise men fear the Lord. That's what probably what makes them wise. They are very humble, they don't boast. They know that God is superior. Am I correct, ma'am?
Yes, you are. Let's go. Now let's go to the next verse. A scoffer seeks wisdom and does not find it. The knowledge is easy to him who understands. This is verse 6. Yes?
If a scoffer is bad, why does he want good stuff?
Now he looks at the wise man. The wise man flourishes. Because he's so wise, because he is so wise, great things happen to him. That's why the scoffer wants it.
Does it also mean he's jealous?
Yes,
Like
that's
envious
jealousy.
men?
But he really doesn't have a heart for it. He really doesn't want it. So if you have a heart for something, you will have it. In this case, it's wisdom. So if you have a heart for wisdom, you will have wisdom. Now, he doesn't really want wisdom. He just wants wisdom because he will flourish in the world. He doesn't really want wisdom to become wise, right? He likes what he's doing, but he wants to flourish. Do you have a question?
No, ma'am.
Now, let's look at the next verse. Go from the presence of a foolish man when you do not perceive in him the lips of knowledge. Now, can anyone tell me the meaning of perceive?
Perceive, I guess, is to use your wisdom, and in this case at least, to use your wisdom and your wisdom and your knowledge and your fear of God and the Bible, of course, to see that foolish man does not have lips of knowledge. Even when people think he may be knowledgeable, you can perceive, you can see that he is not knowledgeable.
Yes.
You can see something others do not with your wisdom.
Yes.
Does perceive mean to observe?
Yes. That's what it means. But in this case, it means to observe with your wisdom.
Thank you very much, madam, for this very interesting sermon.
I have a question. What does observe mean?
Observe means to look at something and think about it, right? So let's look at this. Go from the presence of a foolish man when you do not perceive in him the lips of knowledge. So when you do not think there is wisdom, knowledge in this room, when you think there is no wisdom, when there is no knowledge there, just go from it. Just go. So here it says, the wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way, but the fall of the fools is deceit. Now here they think of it, right? They think of the decision, what happens. Now in here, the wisdom of the prudent is for understanding the way. But the folly of fools is deceit. So if you choose the folly of fools, it is deceit. But if you choose the wisdom of the prudent, it is to understand his way. Now you should choose the wisdom of the prudent rather than folly. Just one last verse. Fools mock at sin, but among the upright there is favor. So fools take sin lightly. They say, hey, this is sin. There's not much about it. I don't really have to think about it. But the upright, they fear the Lord.
Because of that text, right? No, I'm just saying because they fear the Lord, they have favor
Yes.
in the eyes of the Lord.
Yes. So because they fear the Lord, there's favor. So they follow the Lord, right? So fools take sin lightly, but the upright follows the Lord. Now, any questions?
I don't have any questions.
I don't have any questions.
Thank you.
Shall we end the sermon?
Yes.
I hope you learned something today.
Thank you.
Thank you.